What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and I have traveled to a foreign land. I'm in Belgium, you guys, Antwerp to be exact, with the one and only Anthony Ray. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Thank you, sir. I was just looking at this beautiful discography we got going on here. So these are all the albums, huh?
Yeah, they've really put out a lot of music. Foreigner, that is. And you're only familiar with I Want to Know What Love Is, and then the joint I just played for you?
Yeah, what was it?
Waiting for a Girl Like You?
So Waiting for a Girl Like You, if you guys haven't seen our reaction to it, I loved it. I loved that song. We just heard it. So now we're doing a Jukebox Hero, right?
Yeah. So I personally thought it would be a travesty for him to only know Foreigner by I Want to Know What Love Is and Waiting for a Girl Like You, even though he absolutely loved Waiting for a Girl Like You, which I think is awesome. But I just thought out of their catalog, I mean, they have so much. I really like Urgent. There's a bunch of stuff, but I think Jukebox Hero kind of stands out for me. So I figured I'd introduce you to that, and this is going to bring you to another layer of their sound and range.
Is this your favorite, though?
It is one of them.
One of them.
Okay. I like a lot of their shit is just crazy when I think about it. So anyways, you guys, we're going to introduce him to Jukebox Hero by Foreigner right now in Belgium. Come along for the ride. If you're down, like, share, comment, subscribe. Welcome back to the channel. Also, if you want access to these reactions early, there's a link in the description to the membership that gives you early access. I update it every day, and there's a big catalog of reactions I haven't released to the public yet, so you could have some fun in there. Regardless, thanks for the support. We're going to be watching this from either Rhino Records or Foreigner's official YouTube channel. Make sure to go watch this and stream it over there without us. Reactions are never a substitute for the original. We know you're here for the reaction, the dialogue, the commentary, but it's important to listen to it the way it was intended. So, show some love, get some love. Let's get it popping, man. We're showing Anthony Ray all the way out in Belgium. Foreigner, Jukebox Hero. Let's go.
Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold-out show. Heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene, put his ear to the wall, then like a distant scream, he heard one guitar.
It's good, P. It's good. It's very good. I like the storytelling in the instrumental, and the song as well, the lyrics, but the way the instrumental kind of, he heard one guitar, and then the rhythm goes into double time. So it starts with a, but like this ominous, almost industrial sounding,
Yeah.
and then the guitar comes in, it goes, it doubles it.
Yeah.
I liked how they did that. But it's only for 2 bars.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to that. I'm like, okay, this structure is interesting. It's not a typical structure you would hear.
Yeah.
So I like that they're experimenting with that. And this is, I don't know, 70 something. Is this like one of their first songs, or?
I actually don't know where to say, like, so the fact that I'm still learning and discovering new Foreigner songs, I can't say what came first, or, well, I could look up when this was released though. I should know.
I'm curious with like the timeline and stuff. So,
Yeah.
because this is making me,
When did Foreigner release Jukebox Hero? It's making you what?
this is making me want to dive more into Foreigner, like do stuff of them on my own, because I'm genuinely so okay. So this is the thing. I enjoy the reactions when they're done with you, or when you know, with a collaborator. It's more fun. Doing them solo, it kind of I'm kind of drained of doing them all solo because but when it's with somebody else, it's way more fun. Like I prefer being a guest on your channel than doing it solo.
Yeah.
I like being here, just you're doing the intro, all of that, and I'm just listening to the song, enjoying the music, and kind of picking it apart. I enjoy that way more than doing the stuff on my own channel.
Yeah. I go back and forth because sometimes I have an intimate moment with my audience, the camera and the song by myself.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy, I rather be around someone speaking and having a human interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I go back
It's so
and forth.
isolating, man.
Yeah.
It's so isolating. We're just talking to a camera all day.
Yeah. But I do have these moments where I totally open up, and I do appreciate that too. So this came out in 1982.
Okay, so early towards middle of their career, if we're looking at the timeline here.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting about this as well is, like, as we're listening to it, like, I thought it was great that we just played Waiting for a Girl Like You, because you see this, there's extreme sides of the spectrum right here with the musically, the way he's using his voice, but they're still, like, the complexity in the music is in both, though, even though it's slower, maybe less instrumentation on Waiting for a Girl Like You, but it's still like there's this complexity to the way they make the music, drive it, and then the lyricism's different. There's just it's so extreme. That's why I was like, let me show you both today. You know what I mean?
Yep. I get it.
In a town without a name, in a heavy downpour, thought he passed his own shadow by the backstage door, like a trip through the past. To that day in the rain, and that one guitar made his whole life change. Now he needs to keep it rocking. He just can't stop. Gotta keep on rocking. That boy has got to stay on top and be a jukebox hero. Got stars in his eyes. He's a jukebox hero. Got stars in his eyes. Yeah, jukebox hero. Stars in his eyes. With that one guitar, he'll come alive tonight. He's gotta keep it rocking.
Do you see, like, I just think this is so incredibly different from, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I
very
mean?
different. Like, this is hard rock, and the previous one was more like 80s synth wave stylistically.
Yeah.
I like so the story in here, right? It's like an origin story of an artist, basically, or either somebody who's passionate about music and then finds hears rock or whatever, or hears Foreigner or whatever it is. Maybe it's the Foreigner, a member of Foreigner who wrote this, who talks about their experience as a jit, as a little whippersnapper, hearing rock, I don't know, Elvis or whatever for the first time as their influence. And then explaining, you know, you hear down tempo, it's a slower pace. You're just kind of just going through life. And then once they hear that guitar, it speeds up, and it's almost like, oh, they found drive in their life. They found this inspiration, this motivation.
Yeah, this passion.
But then the lyrics go into, he's got to keep on rocking to stay on top, which makes me think, oh, is this about he's now become the Jukebox Hero and he has to keep grinding, touring, performing, recording, whatever, dedicate his entire life to rock, or else he's not going to top the charts. Or, you know, they're not going to be selling out stadiums or whatever it is. Is that about the like the negative effects of that lifestyle, that rock and roll lifestyle?
I think it could be. I also think it's a example of hunger. We have to keep on rocking. We have to keep the hunger alive to be the best musicians, or stay at the top of the food chain, or whatever you might want to call it too. So I think it could be a combination of both. I also just think it depends on how you're hearing it and interpreting it, because I think it's less important on what the people watching our video think, or it's more about like that's where it's like personal. Mm-hmm. You know, music is personal. That's what I've discovered, because people will try to explain to me why my interpretation is wrong, and I had to start looking at this through the lens of art. Like, my interpretation is personal to me, and this is what this song made me feel. Yeah. And it's great to have the storyline, like, hey, this is what they meant. That's what I like reading the comments. Oh, that's what they meant. Well, this is what it means to me, kind of thing.
Your interpretation is never wrong.
Yeah, because it's art.
Unless when it's super objective. But music is not super objective because it makes you feel something.
Sure.
So it's subjective.
Yes.
Taste is subjective, the way you perceive a song. If at a certain point in time, this song starts playing where you're I don't know, it's just an example, hypothetically, I'm depressed, and then this song starts playing, and this song is like the light in my life, and it just picks me up. Decades later, when I hear the song, and I'll be like, oh, that song means that to me.
Yes.
It's like that, because it took me out of this pit that I was in.
Yeah.
Right? And that's my interpretation. And who are you to say that's wrong? Who am I to say somebody's interpretation is wrong? Like, it's...
Yep. The playing here is crazy.
He's gotta keep it rocking. He just can't stop. Gotta keep on rocking. Let for him come to stay on top. And be a jukebox hero. Stars in his eyes. He's a jukebox hero. Stars in his eyes. And just one guitar hero. To put stars in his eyes. Now he's just a jukebox hero. Jukebox hero. Jukebox hero. He's got stars in his eyes. Stars in his eyes.
You know, these classic songs, they rewired my brain to have a different perspective on music, because like all of the hip hop stuff, especially the more modern stuff, which is cool too, but a lot of it is mainly about the vibe and like the lyrics. Sometimes with the rap, like an artist like Future or something, like their lyrics don't really mean that much. The beat is hard, but then, okay, that's one guy and a producer pushing buttons. But then when I dive into something like this, there's so much more. I think it's harder to make a song like this, way more complex, way more difficult. There's a lot more that goes into this than making a rap song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and rewiring my brain. I mean, after listening to so many classic songs, I don't know if it's the same for you. I've, gained more appreciation towards this, towards the sound, towards everything going on here.
Yeah.
From songwriting to, it being a whole package, this is fantastic. This is a banger. Great song.
From, I think, more appreciation for the instrumentation. And the composition of them putting it together. I'm still a rap kid, and I really enjoy the vibe that I get, and it's that nostalgia thing, connecting you to the song, the time, you know. But I really enjoy this stuff, and I think the trajectory of my life and maybe the way I made music would have been different if I would have been. And in America, for me, this is a cultural thing. Like, I've noticed certain people are just culturally around a lot of music, like your father. Your father was exposed to a lot of music, especially rock, but I just was in a different household. You know, my dad actually like the nerdy music my dad liked is jazz. He still goes to jazz concerts. I just never really got into that. But the stuff I could get into was like some of the gospel, some of the Motown, some of the
that's
stuff
because
like that.
it's like with a lot of I think in general, all of the viewers, they're watching us dive into music and hearing it. We're hearing it for the first time. They grew up with it. Mm-hmm. Like my dad, like he said, he's lived through these eras. He's seen Deep Purple. He's the Black Sabbath, the beginning of Led Zeppelin. He was there. Yeah, he was there when Woodstock was a thing. He was there when all of the bands got introduced, and then, you know, he was already like late 30s, 40s when the grunge era happened, and then nu metal as well. Like, he was already in his 40s when nu metal happened, right? And for me, like, nu metal I was 5 years old when nu metal was a thing, right? So it's like for us, the perspective is different with the viewer. To me, this is new. It's also so. That's a perspective. Just kind of the difference in the dynamic is that for me it's new, and for the people watching it's something they grew up with, so they have a sense of nostalgia, and I'm just experiencing it for the first time because music is new to the beholder if they hear it for the first time. Doesn't matter when the song released.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I think that's an interesting thing. That's probably why people watch us dive into these classics. Yeah, facts.
All right, you guys, we're going to ride off into the sunset. I think that was a good chance to give an example of, you know, kind of the diversity that Foreigner has, considering he had only heard I Want to Know What Love Is and Waiting for a Girl Like You. So thought that was cool. You guys let us know what is cool. Tap it into the comments, all that good stuff. Support the original, which is, you know, Foreigner. And yeah, man, we're going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace and chicken grease.